Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I'm not gonna lie, this episode seems somewhat pointless into the end. Somewhat pointless. Well, let's start with Brady, Phillip, and Chloe. So Brady gets over to Chloe's place, and he's still like, listen, this whole you harboring Phillip is dangerous. Like, what happens if the mob comes and, they decide to kill Phillip? What do you think they're going to do with you? And Chloe's all like, oh, well, he's my friend, and everything is fine. And, listen, here's the thing. I get that she wants to help. I get it. But, to what extent? I look at this and I'm like, I'm completely on Brady's side with this. Because I'm just like, yo, listen, what you're doing is dangerous. On top of that, this isn't one of those situations where she's like, well, it's my life and I can do what I want with it and yada, yada, yada. Yes, it is her life. But she's also a mother. And I feel like there should be a little bit of hesitation, when it comes towards this situation. Because like Brady said, listen, if they decide to kill decide to kill Phillip, what do you think's going to happen to you? What do you think they're going to do to you? I don't know. In this whole circumstance, I don't know who the father of, Chloe's child is. But, like, it's just, what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good idea for her to sit there and throw herself in a dangerous situation when she has a child. Especially if it could be avoidable. Because Brady is sitting there saying, listen, I can talk to Victor, we can work something out, and we can give you another, we can give him another place to hide out. And so Phillip goes to go get some clothes or whatever to come back to the Salem Inn. And, Brady just tries and tries and tries to get through to her. Meanwhile, Phillip is over at, Maggie and talking to Sarah and stuff. And first of all, he is not happy with Sarah. And listen, Sarah's in the right for what she was trying to do with Xander as far as figure out, what's going on with Titan and saving the family business and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie. From Philip's perspective, it does suck, to be made a fool of. So I understand his hurt and his resentment towards, Sarah. And Sarah was sitting there telling Maggie all about the whole mob and, money laundering through Titan and everything like that. So when he got there, they already know. And pretty much Phillip was like, just don't tell Victor. Give me a chance to fix my mess or whatever before you go and tell him. And I'm kind of like, this isn't a mess that you could just, clean up by yourself, But he swears from the secrecy and, they oblige or whatever. So Phillip pretty much goes back to Salem Inn. And, once again, Brady's like, this is a bad idea. Brady gets a call from, Kristen. So Kristen's like, hey, how you doing? Where are you? I want to hear your voice. Where's Rachel at? Where are you? And then she's like, are you with Chloe? And Brady's just like sweating bullets. I'm like, Brady, you do work with Chloe, right? Like, she does know that you guys work together, right? With Phillip. You could have just said that you were with Chloe and Phillip. If you have nothing to hide, if you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, then what's the problem? I mean, come on. Now you want to start lying? You're sitting there kissing this woman, but you're acting like... Brady is just a mystery. Brady is just a mystery to me. You know, you're going to sit there and kiss this woman on New Year's Eve, but then sit there and swear up and down that it was platonic, it didn't mean anything. And again, I got to go back to the whole, so would you kiss another man? But it's platonic, you're just friends, it's just New Year's Eve. I mean, what does it matter? It's 2021, who cares? Like, no, he wouldn't do that. So that whole, I'm kissing her and it's platonic, no. But yeah, he lies. He's like, no, I'm just getting into the Salem Inn. You know, it's kind of bad reception. Let me, you know, he makes up some BS or whatever. He's like, oh, let me go get Rachel. Then you hear a gunshot. So, yeah, that happened. I wonder who got shot. And I feel like it's probably Brady. I feel like it's probably Brady. I have that sense as Brady. Now, you know, Kristen is locked up or whatever, and she's still looking at that news article, and she's all like, oh, don't get jealous, don't let your anger and your jealousy get the best of you. And I'm like, you know, normally I would agree in these circumstances, but your man is sitting there kissing another woman. I don't give a damn what kind of platonic crap that he told you. I actually think this is a rational reaction to finding out your man is kissing someone else and then playing this whole platonic BS. But, you know, she's trying to calm herself down, and that's when she talks to Lonnie. And she's all like, you know, could you help me out? Kristen's like, there's nothing I can do. And then they pray, and that's about it. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie. It actually seemed like a giant waste of time, honestly. But, well, it wasn't really that much of a waste of time, but it seemed like it was a waste of a scene. Like, she couldn't offer anything like that, so it was like, you came there for nothing. I mean, I know she came there to console her, but, I mean, really, was that scene necessary? Now a scene that actually was necessary was Xander. Xander had a burner phone or whatever that he gave to, whatever her name is, I can't remember, to the, you know, the woman that stole their babies or whatever. So he gave it to her, and he's telling Eli that, he's like, hey, listen, I'll call her up and see if she answers, if she still has it, and, you know, we'll go from there. So he gets a hold of her, and he's very convincing as far as getting her to meet at a certain place, at a certain time, telling her, listen, I want to help you out, I don't like Eli, which is, well, he said he hated his guts, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't lying about that. But he convinces her. He convinces her to meet at the park, and, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens with that. Eli says thank you, and Xander is, you know, genuine. He mentioned someone that I can't remember her name. I think her name starts with a K or whatever. He's like, it's a different situation, but I understand where you're coming from. So I thought that was nice. Here's the thing. I don't really know that much about Xander, and I'm not gonna lie, the stuff that I have seen about him doesn't always paint a exactly pretty picture. Listen, I get that he wants to sit there and do stuff for Sarah and make her happy and do the right thing for Sarah, but I feel like he should do the right thing because, well, it's the right thing to do, you know? And I feel like in the beginning he only really helped out Lonnie and Eli to find these babies for Sarah. He didn't do it because out of the goodness of his heart. Hell, he was ready to sit there and leave the minute they cut him loose. So his good deeds, I feel like they're done, but they're not done because he just thinks it's a good idea. Even the whole saving Maggie from her killing herself. You know, did he do that out of kind of his heart? Or did he do that because of Sarah's mother? So I kind of want to see, you know, I kind of want to see him do some stuff that's just because it's a good thing to do. You know? I mean, hell, you even go back to the whole church thing. And yeah, he was sent there helping people out and just being a good person, but was he doing that because it was the right thing to do, or was he doing that because he wanted to impress Sarah? So I don't know. I saw a glimmer of him just being a genuine good person, and hopefully we'll see more of that. But that was a good scene nonetheless. Julie, it's another scene that I felt like really went nowhere, and it was just no point of her, Doug, or Abe actually even showing up to work. Pretty much Julie is worried, she's concerned for the babies. Abe gets there and he doesn't really have any news, and I feel like she went into a mild cardiac arrest. They took her to the hospital, they gave her some beta blockers, and then she was fine. So, yeah. But she did tell Abe not to tell Eli about her being in the hospital, and he agreed. He didn't want to, but Doug was like, oh, it's a good idea. I was like, no, it's not a good idea. How? Listen, I get that you don't want him to be distracted, but he's going to be pissed off when he finds out that Abe kept that from him. Because I would be. So I understand it is what it is. I think it's kind of a bad idea, even with the best of intentions, but yeah, other than that, complete, utter waste of a scene. Waste of time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. I can't remember anything else that happens that was important or really too memorable. And like I said, my favorite scene was Xander and Eli. Thought that was actually the best scene of the entire episode. I think my second best would probably be Brady and Chloe, because as much as I don't actually have use for Brady, I think he was 100% right. And I get that it's Chloe's life, but he's only sent it to try to look out for her. On top of that, again, she's a mother. So it's one thing to be reckless with your own life. It's another thing to do that when you actually have somebody that's dependent on you. So I'll leave it at that. And with that being said, I think that's pretty much about it. If anything else happened, please write it down in the comment section below. I look forward to tomorrow's episode. Hopefully we'll find out who got shot. If anyone got shot. But I'm pretty sure someone got shot. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I will catch everyone in the next review.